ene aso edi aboafo no ebedi no mu wie ya da bokrata dodo na aba adwaman so no ensem a edi ahimu wo mutitu no na omo aboboso edi amaye yewia Ghana Health Therapeutics from 24 beba na ye no mu edi nkomo na yenya apomdene afutuo anase akwankyere yewia then my able 3 young men and energetic political pundit omusuba betrase na yede enkomo no ato aso kopem se nondo achi meter diasa no ye be sori nkonya so na DJ Ken Frankie enso aba beto aso akana makoma kudunum na ye ka bye bye e dia che mfie mpinu ene aduonu nan 2024 dia waka wonsa entumi enka dia aka wontumi enya de odi si wani so se afemu obetumi aye no enna dunnum na aka no edoso pa se obetumi ade aye de wopesa wo ye entumi pa cham mentna ncho no mu baabi bama so baabi na ni abobo fa wonsa show dem rifam na entete high get out and work fansa ehye bibia se na wontumi anwem po a yenwura 2025 no na je se wotu na mo akodu baabi a obeto aso dansa obetwen se wo twen a 2025 na wa hyase aye bibi ebre na nie ebre no nkoi eko nanso enko kra fi se awrade nyankopon aka se dako eye ne se mfia pem ene mfia pem enso so eye ne se dakro oyen senche ne nyankopon die obetuma bibia ne brem kada kumpo ama 2024 akona wie ya de wodi asi wani so de wo hwehwe call na wo twen se obe receive invitation na wo twen se obekọ anase appointment na wo twen se ebe fro ne ebuku appointment de ma no eka one day mpo ama 2024 akona wie ya wo nsuso ubetumi enya saa enkrato na edi yedie mpuntu nkanko mpeja ene inshrabi ena ede ebebrew tiabusua bon hoso na shaw ho den na shaw ho nkran na bibia ebetumi ayeye wabra odo ho atu tidampo nyankopon so adom no eso so a ebreki protocols nyina tiano pay meni wo a kame bompae asra hoden nkwatenten ene nyankopon eni madom se ensane wo so ne sane wo so a ene dia ase nyina no etumi eyi foko mache
mejuso ejema
akodi weekend naba
ani o
good aso so mache
ye no Oheneba
aso boy ne muafu
muafu ba
ya kokotim
matias wadaro
o se an ko de
menkotim nkoti binka
ya kokotim
na ehu aboy no
kama pa matias metim mebiem
aso
Oheneba
omuso ashase ye kesi o
zao
na wo dia
ne body nyina na kesi anase
me de me se wa ashase ye kesi
nyame na aye
ka ba se me kase okay de mo ma na ye kesi
sa ne mo manko a
e bia so kan mo a omo stress up na omo ye kesi no
nyame
ya mfanisa se ya konta so adom dia
oh we dey
konta daro ma dia ni na konta money
nyame tiase
ti 16 days into December 15 days na ye can goodbye to 2024. So, how far have you gotten to your New Year resolution? The 2024 this year when this is up as a way you know. What Pima could dress and pempen so ben a word drew. And I say along the way abandon the dream, no. Anybody be New Year resolution, no. After first 2 months, no they are 20 because they feel that science they will be able to achieve that target. Yes. And I say goes no they assume no into no abandon no no ashas no are very hopeful Into mu hold on until the 31st day of December. No only say any year. Okay, the new year no me question for phrase. Ebinu so you so fortunate and lucky that or shall say then he or she can see some signs and then they build on it. Ebinu go about me achieve midway the year, but unfortunately how they will manage it, how they will keep it, enu afini kona we na say few months. Tino abrabo na ye bɔ ni format abrabo format an ko bi an fili
da bia ya chewacho so
ti oye wa no bompa ya se Nyankopɔn se onnum hunumu nyansa ne bia any situation that comes to you at any point in time you have the craft to manage it. Any situation that comes to you ti bia beba abrabo mbia pempenso bia bedu bia no ade bia beba osu bia no wo hwa no bompense Awurade Nyankopɔn ma hunumu ose etu obi ni nyansa omusa wo no asafo Awurade tudu be bia ne ma ye de ne ma chen osu a ebi kura mpa bitima say insha na aba bebrebe now you don't know how to manage that blessing. Enko fast obi nhira kuno
also obi di lot to say
obi nhira kuno to obi wo hono a obompaye na ne mpaye ni ya no maya na obonya mesobo bia Nyankopɔn prepare because nhira bi wo hono a wa he ba wo so a ebetimi ekun nti wonye ready so betima manage nhira so betima contain a Nyankopɔn betwen akopem se wa ye ready de bia wo mpaye na wo bonya Nyankopɔn tie no ntie watie na emum o twen de aba na brem nti no pempense be wi ase be dridie de hia pa ne se yeda sori anopa ne bompa yeda Nyankopɔn ase se was adom yankwa biewa de hia pa ase benya na dom na adom no betumi abokwan to ba bia kwan ni na de ka ho bio ne ye ekwan ye betumi afaso amanage tebia bia yewum tebia bia yewum na enkuye anasa ankofo haw ni amane bi. Amen. A lot of people have missed their golden opportunity because omahu unini pebi unini pebi ehyiai ukodru ukotena efie bi mu ukotena akro bi mu ukoye adwuma bi na Awurade Nyankopɔn do akodua wo se ubediye na nso na wonnim ntino it slipped through your fingers and the koye the nipa ne bebrebe am mix their golden opportunity knowingly or unknowingly nipa ne bebrebe pempenso bi Nyankopɔn de mu rat bi ma na nkomu yedie no but o man we should always pray that we have a second eye and as it be na Awurade be mi anyam ntiase ni yehunu de wose yeye
ne hunu mu nyina
na eba faso ede emaye
yes
and NPP lusu a
another day has
there are opportunities in the political power you lose no
life
many abrepa
ho hia
nantene mabawa na mo wa hotoso se mo reshape NPP msi e be wini ama mo saka bibi no to some of you Awurade Nyankopɔn betima fa nkuguo we so ama mo ya adefo to some of you Awurade Nyankopɔn betima fa nkuguo we so abokwan bi ato ama mo a ebi anke wo power 16 years kura anka won sent to me. It's about you sitting down asking yourself say okay so say my party will position in nearby from 7 January 2025 in nearby but opposition political party no what are the good opportunities it offers now how can I take advantage of those opportunities because you will be a you will power no na ye ne party na will power na ye na ban
sure
and obi o hono ya ba opposition no and na nsunuma betuma den epie ebi kwa panka wo kopre dibrebu o party nim enka obi a obey power ni yi no e de ne power ni besisiu adi be no won na se wo fata wo won sentumi nka and na ya ba opposition yi ye nyina ba ye at the same level and you have a fair playing field in MPP mabunu minnuanum rante mabawa moma yen trust ne mu se hu nsem bebi se Awurade Nyankopɔn ye party ni ni aban mu eniema ban ne betumi aya ye ni aban mu no ye betima ye mfaso de edi amaye
So be kura appointment aba.
And to my friends and my brothers and my colleagues in the NDC, Monso no, the fact that your party is in power, it does not bring you heaven automatically.
There be that.
In the Monso so mon trase, na mumusa mo say, dear be na wo ubetumi aye e de ama wo ho a, you will take advantage of your party in power. Na wonya so mfa so anye saa se de yenua no mu bi etifie na wo mo kasa omunwinwi omudi yawo after 8 years ye ba abam so mo anya hwe no one hwe ya wo so betena abam 4 years
Nso unya hwe.
then you come back to opposition and you start complaining unnim ho said obi animu and sit down, ask questions, identify the opportunities before you, and ask yourself, how can you take advantage of those opportunities? And yes, sir, minuanum, mumu bi brave, mumu bi epira, mumu bi a working more out, and I'm doing this about power. You will sit down, and then power will revolve around you. Na etwa wish asa no enyawe. Yenuanum yeso ye wan pipi no, ewiase ma na wiye.
Dabida.
Ewiase e ma na wiye. Enne mahunu chese de me hunu no party ni mukura be yeshi in the next 2 years ye de be call the next national elections, regional elections, constituency, electoral area, police station no party ni mu be yeshi ye me hunu na me de minim de it is too early, but you can't stop it.
Okay.
Because over the weekend enkomo a ekoso omo mu person mo ye flag bearer.
Oh, okay.
Ashase
ene
ya o
no cre
menim se Dr. Mahmoud Bamia so be shase a prepare no ho ene ya omo mu person mo ko national elections, national chairman, general secretary ebi ma shase a place course penkofo mo bebo mu 2 years ye be election no ashase ne the beko polling station, the beko constituency intino won so o party ma position yourself that somebody will need you.
Okay.
Position yourself that somebody will need you for nipan the person oye.
Okay.
Intino yatiti bebrebe amount for alliance so realignment alliance bebrebe.
That's it.
Bebrebe obi say election laws baako agenda bebrebe agenda bebrebe o ha na we yafra o na o na we yafra o intino mate metete kwabra Japan Shelley ayokobotwe ticket for 2024 o say somebody mo ade sa na mo da maka tem se kurum ha asem bi e besi anopa na say awia no yebua na nwumere
Sa
yesi hu konya na dinti mo da ntem a wonte asem mate kwabra Japan Shelley ayokobotwe ticket mate brana champon abugina po ticket
ayo
brana champon as flag bearer abugina po as running mate.
Okay.
Kwabra Japan flag bearer Shelley ayokobotwe as running mate.
Okay.
Mate Dr. Mahmoud Bamia ebeba ebiu obeba the running mate say ono na beko so oni edutwum na beko eno soso no ewo ho oti ase entino enkomodie ne bebrebe oba national elections na mate ebi bo honorable chairman Sabonsudin as national chairman ebi bo Ijombo din ebi bo chairman Wontumi din ebi bo Boacheja Akudin
ayo
ebi krampo ebo chairman Bute first vice edin general secretary Amewudian Bem Mustafa Hamid Dian Bem ebinum krampo se John Bodin Sanko general secretary bio otiase Musa Superior edin enenemu agenda ne de chese bebrebe
stop on academy
honorable Kennedy Japan ebinum are calling on himself national chairman ebinum se there be bra flag bearer otiase ebinum krampo are calling on Dr. Matobokru say flag bearer no so ntinsim entino bebrebe enti wo hwe de ekoso party man, then you position yourself strategically so that somebody will need you, somebody will call on you What I say, and then you will not be redundant.
Sure.
This time so they are boarding.
Hey, me catch them say.
This time so they are
Mo
boarding.
koye invoice metufia. Me kan mo tie foko.
Me area there.
Me catch them say.
This time so they.
Whether we win, I was so confident we were going to win elections.
Sure.
The way chi no.
And a draw.
Mo go print invoice metufia.
Okay.
Me say sa papa ye hunu ni de. Ye jai. Enti agenda ye be. Ten.
Na ye.
Mama ya atemo.
Is
Invoice no. Anko print invoice metua. Enti wo de ba. Near the condition at home. Papa, who could be minister, who could be MP, who you had that. In the nay, so over general secretary, over national chairman. Chema would look a better receipt.
We got take.
Chema would look a better receipt. And then she said, no, and ye,
Yaka, your boy, you know.
Say, yeah, better. Omuba na awibas or say our package. Open sports, open morning show. Ebe ma obi a jingle mienu LPM baako ho kani. Inti morning show ebi akeke mdem de beche.
Okay.
Me
our package.
Me die.
Our package.
Obi abedi di consult. Ko receipt meto so. Nti omuba sa na. Na afi. Nti obi am position hu yi.
Okay.
De me hunu no. Party ni mu be ye hye acheze bia nke wo power kra na wan hwi ya e be twa fa ho sa se de wo power ni twa fa ho
na otimu sa
bia position ni hu ye bia position hu ye na your position enya asem de are ho ye asefem sem but there can be so many opportunities within the party once you are in opposition so mo ni da ho no mo a it's a game for the smart ones. You can take advantage of it. Why? Nti foku ma de ahye mo ifri ne nkosi Wednesday mo nkwa receipt no.
Yeah, be yeah.
Hey,
Gateman.
Okay, yeda nyame ase so de so ache 2 minutes after 8. Yanko.
Yaba no so de ne aba ya so de anopa de ne ye. Be poese. Na so be post so a wo de ane President Shako. Aya ko pebi na be boa. Na wo post ya wie no. Ade a wo so ye ne se open to pa ya hodo yi. Na me mini bi. Edi no ni. Exodus Moringa capsules and Exodus Dandelion capsules. Yanum ni mienu we mienu anopa awia ene anwumre na je se wo na akoro no. Na eye se ebia na eye diabetes, ebia na pressure, ebia na yade bi na ya hawo akopa bi nanom ne betunu yade na se na asa abo ho ba de free yade ho. Tini yese ko be bia to ebido bia de ko bisa se ope Exodus Moringa capsules and Exodus Dandelion capsules and antibom. Doctor number any edema ma we 0544 447033 and 0537 456665.
Hey.
Na bronya na be so ti ase. Papa bi na born me dafo emare fimie adoyewe me emare fimie bronya na be udi bibi afabisi mo na we de bronya chede no ne ema obi ne yase bra na beje na de ma wo eye chese electromat nie wa ne ma ne ye papa wo to a chere ye ne bo so of mo ati 60% say and wo se bra na se kura de wo say ade a beto bia no benya chede wonum kura bata no my God afa na nyina benya bi wo ba kuma se de a ania sokwa top martins asokwa ntachange wa no be hu mu ana se bia be kwa wonjora na ba na kwa ko hu wonum na ebia na wo pe ye mobile phone wo pe laptop wo pe fridge washing machine TV just smart machines gadgets appliances ni nyina no ho na benya bi na tonso a wo mu watimi ma voucher bia anu betimi dia ni ma ne bo no som kanisika 50 million yes fa ko free
5,000
no ya chede no
free
obi nso benya KFC voucher yes fa ko KFC no
Okodidi
obi nso ebenya Bluetooth speaker obi nso nya AirPod
fine ya be ya dey somebody
obi nso kura benya headphone Yes, faculty. Faculty. Faculty Wontumi TV, no Wontumi radio.
No.
And you say, Ebia na person WhatsApp and answer wo free one ma. Wo be free 0552 777905 0552
777905.
Emulate Heba
Supplements.
Apostle Dr. Safo Kantanka,
the African star.
Kantanka no one dey mfidie awodo ye mfidie maye ne ye nwanwa. Ebi man so man no say dia wa ye duro dia ba, duro no je nkwama nkwabuo ni pedua pa. Ye vre na bedum Ghana nyame ama ye apostle ye shawa nkewu. Ye na eduro wodi abeyin, ati say zisio enye nwono ena enye de. Nunum ti say di onum so na esa yade. Obi a doctor declare so nkofie nkowu okonum bi na onya ahwode nyina ne na so obi a oyere da dem na wanom udi bi call hospital bi asisi a opa doctor ni beba no so ni pa no won ato na ma doctor discharge no kra ma okodi baby edi dia se kopebi na fa ma odi hye bia entwanse obeyare ansa na wakoto sa aduru no aduni ni kopebi na be bo opa yade biada yade woni wasase yade bi wo kra na ye modi wo bedwam ni nyina sa do we no mo enom emani tu ase de ma wo okọ ba bi etu ebidro bi abenya bi atu kolinak de ashta okotu ndo so puo oboso ni apostle Safo Kantanka di nkomo ene ejine number 0535112873 ena 0303966429 Kivo 4-in-1. Eya gari esichire omkachi omi adi ni do awo no ha na unya eya rich enye ropocho esuku fo akwantu adwuma fo obi ehia bi entikopebi na emwowe Gasto Mr. Oyafu yadi edo no di ni abo no. Oyafu na samfro wa wadro no no.
Gasto.
Bia na wanya osa wadro ni. Na obi obenu medro ni bia ba bedi adanse akanfo se. Semenhia. Di akanfo ba wa ye yenso yadi akukudro na ekansa se nim ni edo ni timi ye. Bia na yo ba na kwa fichira na otia o kwa fichira chese na dodo asese ba no. Entimi masa enti ya bisa ho se di aka no.
Fa na koguo.
Ye kofo pale aliu. Mr. Trust masa de kofa de so bi amro so ti ase. Enti ni ase kope
Menso Plus Mr.
Mama na mo jo so aje samchem. Obi so wa chase woda Jonso kura mane na so wo so de ani wo tike mu a wo ma doctor driver to me nko so wo gina car no ani wo pentempa na se di pemisa tike mu a ya enti ya kan fama wo say so che sa mesre wada se de be ya ho nkoye hintemti ko pedro e friend say
Prosta Plus Mixture
oko be bia to bidro bia benya bia to doctor number die
0248778899 0248778899
no de bu sam kwada bi ni na bola so se sa rubber ada dia wo ko akona ne no mo dia tank dia so what na ye dia be kura yensu abenom me dia bi aduane dia bi esi eniema what enti dia say won person be kwa akoto sa dia mani bia ne ya kan fo ma ye papa unkohia sa dia bi ye frɛ no
polytank papa no nie esi mo atanya ne
polytank aso man ga mfinhie dia sa ni e da so na papa edam so Ruta natural products enro miensa chese tatahiti se ja obane sonsonkuru kabamu a akansie ni twe Ruta Mr. Betu malaria dia se Ruta to no betu typhoid ase na Ruta la eno so be wuru ni paduanim aduane a wudi ya entumi anyam anka be hye so ma cheko no be ni na firi ho yade bia akosmo ni paduamu na be wuru ni na firi na abo ni padua no ba dia fia yade bia 2023 wonu me hwehwemu bi na yemu a Food and Drugs Authority any University of Ghana be a chest this friend no one mu yemu say no be na bo my Ghana say Ruta
natural products
edi ne say ko be a to bidro bia na ko bisa pebito and I say friend doctor ewo
0244485632 0244485632
when you call I did the pa consult onwa ubedi dia ye dia aduane pa so ti ase
yes, so to say aduane bone mo yefunu dia
be watching am wasa
ya na papa no
KFC Ghana na KFC simbronya bremu no wo be mo didi atene de
package
ne wo ba be yama wo nie we je fe na busia ncheni na wo no yere ana sa wo ni ukunu ne mo ma munyina mo kabom nam ko KFC a eno no family package pa na yede mawo na yede amawo dia no yere no ma na so no kru no ma bedi na mawe na manom na matele de no ni nyina bo
149
Ghana cedis on pe Isakra
149
Isakra mi akra de akabika ho Isa na ebia na wo namfo bi abefre o maka bi kra na befre se so ti ase wa frɛ se meka ho so ti ase wo befre namfo abeka wo dia anie wo dia nie
279 Ghana cedis pe
enu 280
Dabida
na du 300 KFC no mu moka de
Dabi obe no mo so 20 ede ko 40
na ne de wo mu se KFC o mu mpon
24/7
anadwo clock kura kwa benya bi ato
so ti ase
and trans market tencho anunti ade e kan fama wo ni aka che wo se ena ya ba no de ni aba na wo kata udo bi jaso na pedi ti ni ko sisi ni ko toje na beti na becho na be ko ni na poso ni ade bramo yan oba itwa ntia ye kanu OBD ye chras ye say
obia bedidi amen patch daily graphic kunini de obokata no
ayaya ze be news ati akodom ko leave
oko opposition
when you shock leave and say
Oheneba news
Oheneba news ko opposition isi ada no raditi ayampa Facebook ehuna mande
edi Oheneba news ko
ko opposition
ko leave
when you shock leave and say he dey
me si oko
adia Thomas Oheneba kwambo achi yenye
na
be panima na shareholders
na so abosa ji enti nko bi ebuda after you ko ye na ye ya o so ye
I'm family ni na
let's give it back
mumra
na ya ye for go there na short leave yeah okay
auntie eja no kro embompa wi ase de baba gbe se na o mo ko parliament
say na duada
na sasam wo
mo nko
MPs no mo nko ai mo nko mo be ye papa MPs na mo be ko abambagbe parliament no ne no mo ho be ye papa
parliament na ye ne dia na o say
what too much of a good bottom ko so no nim say MPP ba ento ya ama na boro
na onim say agenda no ameka say amanfo hihye no kutu o party mu no you say no ba ko ano so no hotly contested pie amanfo lobby no who become the minority leader.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And also
minority so
yera afenyo marking hopes that he will continue as the minority leader. The Eastern Bloc no any abred ding the Ashanti Bloc no and so any abred and then once again I've also heard say Abujinapo is also lobbying ding to be the minority leader and the leadership of the minority side no and also sunu munsem the chief whips the minority leaders why na here present no as ye first deputy speaker of parliament chese party back munsem bebre
opposition
bebre
an agenda bebre
ti yeah
Sebewie ede wa ha
because
edion
ba media
na te doctor you free ye di Matia Abujina Podi Mama Pat di Kwame Enyimadu entry aso say
you mo ya
Enyimadu entry
minority
Kojo Opon Kroma from the Eastern Bloc
bad
say ayisi do manya declare no another mpre
you see
and to also be part of the senior minority MPs this time and also so no Lobby no kutu.
Kutu.
But the way they make us say Ashanti region from NC from. Because
they
do Okoye. As we speak, the Ahafo North, Ahafo South, West, Obuasi is now contention. Yeah, say East near real coalition and at least we are nearing somewhere around 40 seats.
Sure.
You know, if you have a strong say, you will see it's about 90 now, a mobile 40 for Ashanti region.
I just say, you did any more, you
see Jaito on the baby. Regional chairman.
Sir,
hey, I'm not going to two party.
What quite?
Sampai.
What quite?
For regional chairman Monte.
Sir.
Hey, now there be
Monte, no so. Now I'm promote for national women organization Monte. I'm well cool for regional organizer so Monte.
Monte.
MC.
Nana ma come support no.
Sabra Monte. Hey. Masumo na.
Na chama Wontumi ko na epo bi amanesi chairman anan mo ana.
Just some person what the regional secretary Ben Prince.
We diache.
Oh.
Na experience regional secretary.
See baby edu na to any bro. Baby edu na to baby edu na to any bro Oheneba. Ya media grow.
Hey.
Hwe. Baby edu na to
I dissociate myself from us as my
na ayi constancy chairman bi na o adansi asuko house eh
Kwame Wusu
also
another fantastic onso ho menyante nka
sir
Chama Kwame Wusu another great guy
onso fata no pa
mo beti ono abo henu kwam na kokofusu din
me papa
no so cry nye
me papa no
mo beti ono so
ono si
ya tia
ya ma mo nantem na mo nantem mo ntensem o
baby ya fa no ye nhie bi
asana no waka
party ni mo ba ye but my worry is it not too early?
Ayo too early but
because ye nyan hwehwe de ye kra ma ye konya this this defeat
ebema blame game aba ayinum
eno de we de beba
eno de
me ka say e bia amo be hwehwemu ahunu de de
obi a dwene beko na genda obeso
push tem ye nia ye kokontem
aso yi no too early
no too early eye
me de nka me say early congress no kra no ana say mu kan say
congress early congress
me kra ka me pe no
ayo
me pe no
any abril
I'm praying say that internal elections lobby near the day because you know it will not add to the woes of the party so far in this election because you are managing here no so no dey same baby
I want antidote to ho
o say
no dey antidote ni dey
anu oduro
oh okay
I want oduro
mo go say ya be
no antidote
ayo
sa enti
anu oduro ho
ye encourage ebi no mo say e ba sa e be ma party na koso ay active till see be the elections in 2026 and then you to us 2028 ebi no say ya managing here it will further weaken the party and I say
and
they are tie
also there's a way so
ebi no wa wo mo kwa wo mo de asekan wo mo twitwa rough wo mo he be biem twafa wo mo twitwa rough be wi ase na nkotwa no mo gya na kiri sa nkofo no ana wo mo nkasa nkire wo no mu yie se wo twa na according to according from and you wadwen say me ko bobu ganam de nyam we ubasa na wo say party na pese wo ba be
entity o foku meme de madwen de and at least ye my ho be 1 year na ye ntenase and reflect on what happened, what we got wrong, what we did right that we can improve on.
1 year
what we got wrong
no money
1 year
because I too early
what
to about eni bosome obi asha say edwene the obey the next flag bearer ho the obey the next national chairman the general secretary the women organizer when ni ade eba saa de ye hwehwe ma ye ho ene no eba be supersede the my lusu and say about question.
And I make come. I will grandma or do a no better.
As I saw the no, daily graphic young.
Next time when you to me now, over managing the year. So as I say, next time, the people show some more.
Yeah, close chapter. Dr. Oheneba no medi home. Yeah, trust.
This is a numbi.
5 NPP pieces demand recollation of resource. Okay.
Anna.
Parliament returns today. 22 government business items face staff test.
Yes, sir.
Prof. Oko Amate launches book tomorrow. Even Chaka Chaka headlines the African Festival.
The African Festival.
460,000 Wasi candidates feet hangs. Wasi awaits fans to complete marking.
Wasi for Risika.
Papa John Muhammad Babitua. Young call the next paper 21 minutes after 8. Wontumi radio, Wontumi TV.
Mama call Daily Guide na Mayande.
Daily Guide. E-Transact Ghana. Mpontu Launch AI Payments Accelerator for Startups. Okay. Police investigate in Sawam Adroji shooting. EC dismisses 4 parliamentary candidate declarations. Even Chaka Chaka headlines the African Festival. Ekwefriye won with 414 votes margin. This is Daily Guide. Also.
Etano pay IGP fonyini eda krata nanim ho na nsewomo adroju etu ekasa ye no ena no pay papa ne dia ba wo chemu sa posi foguso a eyemu nhwehwemu na electoral commission boss ma meje na duko emensan so fonyini eda ha ni nyina afamra shebedwafo enai bia enei ye de to wo so madi nkunumu a wo chemu sa sansam ni nyina wabo atogwa no pay eho nsem no de akwakosie no pebi na kenkan ye na ma me ekwefriye so and yes what the man of 414 and a winnie ye e won impeswa so a anope transition team penifon so ababontene and sembia bene namo ye no omo chemu se da bi enya no kre
all right me ba chonya me mama ekwefri o watafo enya kokorotos okay me ba chow the next daily newspaper
Chronicle
and so Emra Chronicle and payments and recruitments not halted by transition team Fatima 2 clarifies. Ekumfi chiefs elated over Mohammed's victory, and then 4 remanded over a cruel attack in Ho. Okay.
Mama Fatima 2 yeah no na information minister say there were transition committee no. Won mo kasa
that's why information minister
mo kasa mafo
ama
ban no nti aban ne fam no won na kasa de ama won mu na wodi atodwa kire say ensem bi a abetodwa kire say o yesi siketua bi o da bi yentwentwa so na nko transition committee ansa na no se da bi yensi hu kwan aban eda so ya aban na ado danko akufu ado akatua no de ane adumefo na wo so fo mu no nam ne kwa so no saa no ye pepepepepepepenti awansem anu aka ade atudwa na afen so no yese ekumfi na nanu mani age se jamama kane mampeni yasa to abama ne bi ewu nipa nan ane yase ezedie ya remande wu no mu esan atrimodenya maransem bi a wu no mu ekokoye ewu attack
Mamen Dispatch, the Daily Dispatch. The Ubakata ne so emo enti oyen back in kindly yonkoi.
We accept election results with humility. We will emerge stronger for 2028. Napo. Meet NPP's transition team from Frima Osei Opare to Kandapa. Kandapa. Honorable Kandapa. Boy. Meet NDC's transition team from Julius. This one, you don't hear that. From Julius. From Do Ajahu to High.
From Julius Deborah.
From Julius Deborah.
To Ajahu.
Only dinner Deborah and I say a Debra.
Debra.
I thought I almost spelling a Debra.
Do a Debra.
Okay, to do Ajahu.
Enti Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempe Enakasa ewo soro hono mo no na ose abatwa ni nsunsanso no MPP amayokuo de ahobrase agi na emomo no omoboabo mo afipimienu ene aduonu woche ne de omobeba na hoden so anope eno no ehyehyere hono mo sa ena transition team ne so yeso ba MPP afemu a ye ma me frema ose opare edekoreso afo hwe fisem ene bambo ho nsem onimonyafo kandapa ewo soro hono mo sa ena aba NDC Joshua Papa Julius Debra focus ne papa no edi kosi do ajahoso anope dispatch and someone ono so de buy
statesman wa ha
statesman okay Mahama free SHS has come to stay
we no wo de kaina na say
there be ono na be can say the no mo ke kafa ho no ahead of election 2024 no de na a political gimmick na no kreni free SHS no de ababe se tokpa na asha say start crusade bi se aban nyeska emfa mfande na yenyi bi mfrim na say America ni UK mu ye no boarding house fees ni de ma be ye ma awofo na ntua na say NDC for ni bi atwa
incoming vice
president na no poku adima so say grade A school category A schools kayema parents ni intua but Rajo Mahama HSA free SHS no it has come to stay legitimate recruitment payment still active government transition team discounts contrary claims okay losing power comes with grave consequences I director Yamoana MJ Yamoa okay and then NPP Equia FE 1 Ablekuma North Yankwe
jamama say free senior school ya kan wi ana yin so no I know Fatima to dia na ya kan wi ana papa di NPP and we na say NPP
ya hina man kan wi
na ya kan nyina wi
ya so dia no ya kan wi eti an go part that dia no dey afutuo no o say NPP free na eti where dia
boss cross as no statesman
am ka say boss
yo exit part 2 na abofra odasui
birthday wishes
Malvina abuna enim otepa Malvina ne papa organa 1
Sir Kingsley
no
it's a pray happy birthday no one that said you organa we say a member birthday
wey so aya JOK or wasa kropon JOK no enti efri ni sister ekua say one powerful oxygen FM so we should happy birthday
Kopon Jennifer so and that so no na dodo no afre STB STB na Accra Amasaman na owo enti critical combat say my happy birthday combat it's an pay my happy birthday why sweetheart Teresa aya nonsense na da so no na kumawu ha ya na ofre na ofori boatin samo miss call say anope on my own so happy birthday
ti kumawu Teresa
kumawu Teresa
you done Murray great 29 minutes after 8 mamena me homra me ba Ghana Health Therapeutics for better senior no mabon command then Dr. Inoko Wahine Echampon Dr. Kwesi Anoma Samson and then Frederick Ade Ahai Wontumi 1013 me Niggas acquire I was here fast
omo de betimi a problem party no problems nyina ye ne betimi a kire and they are jumping from one station to the another
some person may explain the problem
Masa so if you had all this strength where were you when we had 2 months, 3 months to the election, if you had all the strength, but one here, I mean, I'm so akume now you utter in near man, and it's all water. I believe say it's a lesson to us, but it's a bitter lesson. Bitter lesson. When I go to town, I'm a share the demeanor of a nipa and wukum. You can feel it, say, in Kugone DN, it has really affected people.
People, be, man got trouble.
Obia. Obi huwa around the countenance cry shoes na ye kuye nim no political party there, a few political parties may stay in power forever, and no cry no just omoye and never to perpetuate themselves. But kwabra aya me entwen emi enfeli ansa asani hu se sa die we ki ye ni ye a ki anko position me busa me ho se due diligence be pa na ye kom na appointment of security agencies and certain individuals. Due diligence, babe. Is it because we are friends?
Due diligence, you know, and say, our classmate be an asset.
And the diaby
Wadam for be,
and on the diaby
business partner be a band appointing authorities. You know,
and on the diaby read. And here, queer name as a political party.
Me whom more year ready say you will still go out and speak for the party, work for the party, defend the party na meniaji ni nipa bi afro na bu ho genuinely na bemo bu ntimi put him or herself together until obi hia break ko bu so ho a ofre na he will be giving you reasons why on there was so tran ba bi kran po gina ho me kakra ansa na waba reasons no just say o ti ase a enyi. And so to some of you, God bless you, and the MPP will reward you someday, sometime.
I know, I know what's the Menchia Asantemine, Kumasi phone, Menchia, you are take a course on a memoachi, Bomi Moasi, and pay. Menchia, the chairman of the MPP, Amanu Kuno, chairman to me, MPP executives, regional executives in Miami boss. Francis Adumakone, other constituency executives, all the 47 constituencies in Ashanti region, especially the organizers. Menchi omo Jumaso a boy ye de kokono na menchi me constituency man so de bia constituency me no mase wo animonyam sha omo de ama ye odo ye ntime we need the presidential election there, but ono aboya frempo ado opportunity om sa de ama ne say on sanko serve another 4 years for parliament no ho na ye da man so de bia ama nyina ase man so de bia constituency amansa south district nipa bi wo bia from the DCE and will be a juma bia me na omunyina ase Miami constituency executives, polling station executives, electoral coordinators, and will be involved in the victory of honorable from Boadu Biano, especially volunteers are Oheneba omudi ya from Boadu echi the nurses group omunya farmer bia or na daje the assembly members, the unit committee members, all those who are involved victory honorable from Boadu enya enmu no Mamino Masinamina, the Council of Elders, the Council of Patrons, the entire campaign team. No, me no BBRC what Jumason boy because Oba Reggie and him some so DSCD already. No, ya Jeffrey MPP sem, but with the good worker, Obi adding Hushima no, Amanisa and Honorable from Pondo is still the member of Parliament elect in the year 2025. Osako Akudi Juma as member of Parliament. Mamina Obiase, ne titiri yɛmmra election so from the electoral commission adwuma mo yɛ from day one ɛyɛ mo maba so ɔmo yɛ adwuma so ma bibi ɔmo yɛ biara no this time round sɛ de na problems sisi no man so bia yɛnya saa problems ni bi the security services, the immigration, the police, the fire service, all those matters obiara yɛ n'adwuma sɛ deɛ sɛ yɛante watimi ante wakame both parties ne so ɔmo commitment na ɔmo conduct mɛka sɛ it was very very encouraging ɛna yɛn ankasa yɛn nyinaa yɛ ho no the NDC, the NPP, these are the two majority parties ɛnim sɛ man so bia ɔmo hɔ nom the conduct of both parties no and so na ɛsɔ and na sombo how are you share ideas where there's a disagreement in your trance na yahwe na resolve mamena both executive for NDC and the NPP no me no mu nyina ase wo ekwan mo fa so a omo nyina ye adwuma na election aba man so de bia asumdua aba obi ate asumdua mo obi ekɔ na adwuma so no ye mo obi bia wo ye involved bia abaso especially the chairman and then the parliamentary candidates both honorable Yafrempo Adone, honorable Benjamin Mafo during their campaign and everything how they comport themselves how they carry their messages no na ni so na ka nti onyeba so far kakra meka ne say da obi ase wo the election e call 2024 election but the American say the kind it's not yet over although we've lost the election the general one they are lose but was say you can boom near share on the said the party adwuma no where nya kokodro ne anfama untimi nye and a di party achi because of political power na where nya political power na no nche say abana wie because one day also party beat him up power and then now we say wabamabu onya adwuma ma party how can we restructure and come back to fight for power nti mesere obi bia wo fie say yen recover ne nhye ho den yeah because where you lose now enye lose ketwa but I was say share ho den na ye hwe ba bia ye sinto no wo ba bia anto ye no ye nye ni ye de wo say ye no ye nye no right na ye ntimi nsamra back na ye meji seat na na same nsamra power.
So let me ask you 2020 how many votes any nya both presidential and parliamentary
2020 man so be a constituency so 2020 na ye wo three parliamentary candidates the NDC the MPP and then the independent then the independent no ye MPP now yeah. former chairman it will vote na onya 17,145 and incumbent MP honorable Yafrempo Adone enya 17,653
okay
so the difference was just about 503 into totally you come me votes muma na 34,000
okay
as against NDC parliamentary candidate 10,000 and that year in 2020 nipa over 44,000 and the twaba and then the president was 29,000 as against John Dramani Mahama 14,000 but already this year na 21,830 for the MPP 21,000 it has reduced from 29 to 21,000 by 8,000 and the NDC is also reduced from 14,000 by 11,000
okay
so it tells you that there has been a decline of votes for both presidential candidates for MPP and then the NDC but we more
nipa do say na war consensus mo am to aba
nipa almost 30,000 out of 60 it was 64,000
and some kwa mo ya ade o because momo 60 voter register of 64,000
yeah
nti be 34,000 to aba
yeah
the be
30,000 and to aba
okay about half
of it
hey wow
yeah almost 50 47 43 44% and to aba
wow
yeah
30,000
yeah 30,000 but the honor na dey back home say ebi mu ye omo be ye galam say adwuma honor ma omo free mu o hwe indigenous na ebi mu ba omo register because of adwuma nti omo register
yeah
nti because of adwuma ne confirm nti most of them
come back
but make me say about 20% of out of that percentage and 30% there maybe on be indigenous maybe nti omo anya dey omo anto aba ye mfa ni nyina ankohwe mo mba betena oba ye adwuma settlers no mba hono but se kakra make maka fa hono nti we vote na 44,000 so at about 34,000 for this year.
In your case, how do you understand? Say any parameter where say what accounted?
My case no one. Some of them in Crawford. A buffon to a man to our yes. I mean, be a metimaka nipa way. 2020 me and a man in a year juma. Me and a man in a born to her. And secondly, that independent adena a buy still a dasu be mutrim. In Thomas say about to about my from Pondo, and now be umiade and a yenny day, yen to abano cry. You could be one of Mokasai because Obi will be in command and say, when Pina Quache, yen son. Obi on man in the Casauti say, not on developmental issues. Empina Quache and yen fear him and his same keke. Empina Quache wako 12 years and yen fear kunya. Or the catchings are 1 or 2 or 3 and you know passion. And secondly, most non so acquire a quina yen another factor. Because people see the other near to Obama MPP now still ya kwanya say na yenye. Enti ebimu ye based on development, ebimu ye based on nipa ho afune ya na wache. Because Dr. Mahmoud Baumia vote onya na at least me can say even though say honorable ya friend do kra na e bia wache na amamfo mpena Dr. Baumia nso e
on the so nche
ono so nche. And if you look at how our people were rooting and shouting when you go to them, oh, who should be cry? Me the better one Baumia, but I mean to more Mundi. And you know, no cry no my man phones. I say Baumia is more popular. But if you look at the difference between Baumia and Ogunde now, it tells you it's not Ogunde in person, but the party, you know, made by nature. And a man for to abeti. And people don't come out to vote because me do na me namfie mu me hwa abon mu na me namfie mu Oheneba me hwe mu a we dem nim ni picture na me nim ni din no na makọ ni fie na me de ka akọfa no na masoma na ye de motor fa bi otimi ko obu okacha se me de mento obe ka wonu misem nyina also on to aba
without any reason.
To anon peso beto aba because mato aba sometimes anybody tell me masa watimi me tell na me ra ho me say so what are we doing to ourselves as a party? And said na wo kan no and ntinchitwa na we party nim so kan ho because ya na dey ansem kwa abonten kokoton ya na kokan nkrofo wasem kire nkrofo na o manya bia eden agina so because look I say your call primary so ya ba ya na mesia fem ni pass 5 and the call primaries but we say mu send nya pepa say ye ba Ababe Buama party no ya campaign, not even the parliamentary candidate Nukrana, the presidential candidate.
I'm an vote across row. How many of them? And if there's a party now call opposition, you know, you must say who is going to suffer. I mean, no me right now, every opportunity be on Calbeniano, you no more get it. As President Kufuor can say, a better to say, messenger. Our party, our power. Then so be the general secretary or the chairman of a party in power. And it's often say we be abra. Opposition, yeah. MP now so born abroad and no one lose so. Oheneba so Jamaican still holding the position as a member of parliament. But one they lose the party in general. And look at how many MPs are almost lose seats this election. After they do say a fighting on some seater nanka ye dia since 1996 ye lusu da ene ye lusu because of our selfish and then personal interest. Me Rajon Ramani Mahama ba so congratulate no na me mo NDC for na but they fought a good fight o my ade o ma conclude na o de age seat no because they making ye wadwuma ye Oheneba 2025 ye wadwuma ye. Because they say Ghana na ye wono NDC because if you look at the seat of parliament, they are now having the 2/3 majority to take every decision in parliament, with the exception of there was a referendum or mujitum kran was a ba ma ye beto so aba and na omunjimi nsesano there can be a ranoma ho kwan say parliament dituma president fanya adwuma bia no on betimi dia ye. It only by the CRD, your party, ye here and Kabomu.
yenya kroye yenya tunwache yenya obuo ma yenyina ye ho na yenhwe kwan ye beka ye ho abom na ye be hyehyɛ ye niema na yenkotena chiri na yenhwe kwan ye be fa so 2028 bitima sorry because the battle is not easy. Come so be consistency drumre bi na nipa ba ko pe ya wasa osori anajo sorry ahomache sorry awia open crofo kra na o ma ya adwuma na edin because obi won say party no either say sideline no either say mfa na nyehwe me wa party the party doesn't belongs to one person and one person cannot do it nipa ba ko pentime nye eya obi on board eya obi on board but people thought the party belongs to them nti munya me nhwe ene ejai na yehwe this year election make us a campaign ya Oheneba make kind of correct say I never thought you get that kind of vote in here, because looking at how people were cheering MPP up, I'm even surprised. Say on the day ni pe ko to aba no eso tesa manantia campaign ya this year's campaign was very different. Nti busa say ye den ne basa so ye boji asu ni nyina no say na nipa bebre so omutimi say omo de aba ne de anya dey omo nkonkonto eno man to so because man so adua de mpo na make na e kwa abre so nkase
52,000
yeah out of
146,000
146 almost 52,000 is a new 40%. Say you 140,000 pound the world register
146
and
40% now too.
I never 40% bro 54 minus 146 over 90,000 on to about it is 80,000
no 52 now too
52,000
more 146,000
146 and
52,000 uncle.
Jesus Christ 52,000
yeah my constituency nipa be 30,000 chumango be just
out
yeah
no wonder when you pass if you
so you ask yourself say tisa nipa 52,000 o kwa breeze ni na ye abufuo de omo peso mo hu o ma hu ntino mo ankoto aba.
That's another question to ask.
Ana say a day ana
register no you twa bi agum na
why na twa bi agum
that's the question I'm asking myself now
because
where are these
Kwabri East was 120,000 or so 2020
yeah
and you pay a limited registration
yeah
a shooting course what I say and enye baby all the 276 constituencies baby averagely about 25% to 30% every constituency.
So say abandon so na MP na the MPs no so so yam fan say Kufuor abandon na say wa ye hu say ebu ofu no the MPs no so 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 MPs no so na anya omadwuma yi na affect party no so and so betima ba because me dey catch say all the constance about MPP no me MP nko me no nya adwenda say the constance ko MP say MP amanya ye kwan Oheneba we know roads that have been awarded to contractors, so the MPs not theirs is to lobby for the road to be awarded.
Say a kwan po a what omususu aye yo makwan
that is it.
A school yes be amom a hospital yes be amom but still
Janabia said omo obi electricity yamom bi
I was asking this I think Tuesday or Wednesday say Ghana for abre abato and I say the politician na Ghana for abre no
it seems the HS cycle not associate him.
No, if that is the case so me wa koto no more to etia aban no people go twa 80 we wa ankokra politician no na Ghana for abre no say amanyofo no kra be na afere ya bre omu omumfo ma se mumfiri so sebe ana say abato na Ghana for free say abato no heada nya de bia o say o wasting the time on hunti no on sore nkonko to aba
Oheneba generally where NDC votes now in 2020 now over 111,000 as an account.
And a account.
So it tells us NDC for no equal one team.
Yes.
Equal to Aba. Almost to about 2020.
And can tell you say
yes.
And you're Ghana for now about two. Name a section of the Ghanaian people who believe in the
MPP, no.
And there was some reasons
yes, because they believe in the ideology of the MPP. They believe in the intellectual ability of the MPP. They believe in the capabilities of the MPP government, and they obey Timaye. And no one is there. And you may be at Tochima. It is this time round, young Congo to Aba. But then Ghanaians in general. Because the Ghanaians in general, and can NDC in Timinya, Savos no Munya 2020, no, Enya 11,000 count, 111,000 count. Although the 111,000, no, and your vote to be a wasn't Comunya, it should have been more than that. But I trust Omo to Abama Omono dear. Still now, they believe in the ideology of the NDC party. That's why they came out to vote massively for them. Omo we need this election. And the Ghanaians na braba too. But some section of people be say, oh, and they may be any omo any ma omo hu ye no omo adwene boa wo mo ana omo susue mu no emo omo eno na dia bedru ba bia ye dru. Nti sese ye mom na wose ye tenase na ye hyehye enema na ye hunu se ba bia torch ma no ye be ni ye ko ni ba se de okay obi abutu because o da na odwene a ensisi so wan hye ni na wan ye be ma na wan tie nsi a enema be hye so ma wan hwa okra no politics enya wo de but o ka se politics wo je akire di so de a na ne bia wan kasa no nya wadwe se what your politics atiase because you no more yakọ election pen na you nim say the election sit here no it's either you win or you lose and who win here there na we oh you mama so about 2 times but still akọ ni nema you nim say it was not an option but a better option whether we like it or not he's the president elect whether we like it or not 7th of January he's going to swear in as the president of Ghana. And the Ghanaians have voted for him, whether a NDC for Nakoto Abo, a info, Ghanaians have voted for him to become the next president of the Republic of Ghana. It is a 4th republic, Yempo, the next president in the coming years. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. It is a Okoto Abo, one Okoto, and ne. Minu mirina minu ka say oni bo obi an koto abe na otifia wo kasa wonu no so bi buza say wonu wan say ubenu mu at the next 4 years is the 4 years ni ma na nu na onu kwa because when nkrofo a say the nkrofo sisire wa abonten pa na ohwe anigi a omu eje na ote wona asemi de man koto aba na ye bi dran obobo anu na ye sira say onso ndimi nsiri bi wa wuntimi nsire wa wuntimi nsu because want to aba omamba pa asade ne se obekire na dwene nti oni ba ade we na asi no ye party na wo se nya etu amfo se de odi kan no na me de
how do you see the journey to 2028?
It's not easy Oheneba because right now the internally also started from the grassroots because never nkrofo kan grassroots no be a delegate system, the leadership. And I was say tenacity. Now I say, you need the views of the public. You crop for no motino. You know me. I'm coming here and be national delegate conference. Me say atwa be ready.
And me ready at the be platform back so. Na obi try the be for general secretary me yam shebe. Say o MPP ni. Is he enisi edi ya odie ni abufu. Ekika nsem bi tretre nsem bi a the NDC will keep records of all these things and they will play them back to us. Yes, udi yaw eya areho no ewo ho but the journey from today to 2028 no ewa pa 4 years but it could be 10 years. Emunsem no
odade enchinda
wan he betima ye emunsem no betima ye nsem a ebetima si within 10 years within 15 years and na ye compress ye ho ehunu within 4 years. So you should be very careful. And pay na meka omo ma sha ase o pese omo de fa abato no so gidi mboni man kofo bi ekika kika nsem fo omo ho ne ade no. So ye tisi musa ade ani e
say party no. When you na make us say sa niema na start about my party ni be say. Because especially be abam constituency me what problem ba. Anybody I can tell you say from Thursday to Friday, Saturday, Sunday, me jare one. Oh yeah. Because I wake up at dawn.
I don't pay jare.
Me pay jare.
And I don't feel you ma.
Na me so me feel. Cause by 7 o'clock and papa na me ye MP who I meeting. So I was at the meeting and your friend say me bra baby be collation na omo share ballot papers na go boxes no nti me take records with my research officer and some two guys are omo ye me croffa na me no mo ye campaign oni ba me hono mo sa till Saturday na up 5:30 a.m. omo dispatch all the ballot boxes straight from there and me say follow the election is a media chira all the police stations I was say me kokoye adwuma. Immediately after the election, I have to be at the collation center. And when the results started trooping in, I was the only person at my center. And some other executives were coming. But you can say you can't sense him when you say, "One baby, now you have to try and cast a yentem." And the mamma me and fire being say, "When away, after near the answer, and away on your way, the one you the right no friend no fear." So what you say? Munsim konya. Ade we etochima, we the two honest me be. Na yen hihye ye niema. Na ye ka se be true punches out. E na Oheneba, ye ka so nko anko ya adwuma wanko. Oheneba, ye ka so ntena wanko tena. Ozo do de beba. Because the moment I say me come me ya we mu no. You also bring yours. O do de beba, na fe kwaku mensa de ne de aba. Ya menu de ne de aba. Na yankasa ye keka ye ho. Enti enu 4 years na niema nka o se ehye no na de otan kunsun and papa mwasa beto yankasa yentem meanwhile ye betima ye bibia enti me ka cho say ye ba me constituency man so do bia me de obey example sebi obi a otena ase a wa meye adwuma bia no enye na ye bebo ni din ho na mum de agni be ya ebeye ye adwuma no bekoye because obi ba no aba akizu na we anya na adwuma ye na we anya na adwuma ye ma menche Dr. Hubert debi aminisha me catch no that young man when he was coming for contest I think Mbishan first time Mbishan I told him say Hubert this time you are coming emboa but make sure say oba na wa nya obeye adwuma and truly oya adwuma after lose election no both regional baby abeko national program bi no akwa akohia no everywhere obemu no oba constituency of raw e dey na ekoso. These are some of the people also on banner here, Juma. I'm telling other colleagues on many contest no. Say politics no, and ye beto abankwana ye bem. And na back for me winning election my party need da. MP do betima win ama no. Na obetima win ama party no. You can't. Back for me win about my party need da. And election akwe a lesson to all of us. Nanke whole city ni say whole city way. A no go area obi ntimi nye na ya just sit na friends em na just ya kwotwe ho ntansa me no ka say ya wo sit be 5 aka still na Oheneba yen declare ya wo sit be 5 still na yen declare afi na ye press e benya sa sit no account because obi so call primaries we lose on tiase obeko independent obi so call primaries ye chinchim nsa into akosho obi achi na yetimet na ho elusu Asen Central City yetimet na ho elusu Edujama City yetimet na ho elusu Adansia Square City ezi am no ka se man kran so hangi wiem anani de o madiga kan o manya kan
no mo ye recollection
man kran so hangi wiem adentia a whole Ashanti region na ye tena se afi na ye kind ko ye quality resource e wo quality constituencies. What went wrong? Because yankasa ye keka ye ho yankasa ye di ye ho atem yankasa ye gu ye ho fin because someone restructured to the extent say me constituency there me can maka how many people just sit in every but because you can who boom as a group we put all aside our differences being a secretary organizer youth organizer nasara coordinator chairman obia ba on board say at least yentimi anya hwe kra ne de ye maintain de ye wono because if Zenka on your vote and confront to Aba, and will get even more than the votes that we got in 2020. Because in 30,000 answers send on to Abano. You say emu about 25,000. Eh, Yankasa Yedia. Me fancy 25,000. Eh, Yankrof come to Abama. And if you go to Manson Quanta, the same thing, almost decline here. But still they maintain the seat. Into anybody made a message say penny be better baby or beka bibi or betre bibi. This is not the time for those things. And yet bro say yes mano.
Our presidential premise, what we did to ourselves,
that caused us.
Come I defy home.
And then they do a
The wild allegation, the vilification,
and they do a dream.
accusations, false alarm. Any scientific research into it, how it affected us, but generally,
I've been conscious say scientific research about this. Said they happen with constituency and one a national. Because the message I be carry out the Quabantino, and no be general so they a campaign here. And then they also want politics. Message I will be town I would be Quabo was me no me na I know better radio so be yejuma. She said me pay one time say about radio so krana. Ebi a wo ma scan san ya be kasa de amawa so be je de anamboa enti se wo tia na me kasa Oheneba before be ko Wontumi no o kwa just o ma didi me and san na be kasa wakasa obi na onyi ni o but it has never happened before Oheneba say to make an say enti se obi tia bonten na me ma carry message from the Wontumi studio and na me pie na kira me kasa ya o say na say ejigro ko Wontumi ko e program no correct enti sometimes when you are going for an election, how do you feel? Konya, yanka yanka sadi betimaye.
Amount for buofu. Ewo kwan ho. Say enye ne kwan ti ne buofu party ne buofu government no. A kwan into onkoto aba. And then there is a regional elections. Now our party ni akonya so mo kwan na enye ye no. Chema Wontumi ntini enye won the contract na ma no. Knowing very well to him or herself so say e kwan no ko nyina so okoye no 2020 no ko mo ye campaign so ma be ya amamo onye aban sika aban ma ne kapre e mo na nko okoboa ena na ho ode apem ena wajai opeso obetuni nti ode aye campaign e we internal election mo say mo hwese mo kwa ko jeto wa wanyeye na ye wie na akọ ka chese nipa ne say so do koto aba also original party chairman aje kwa contract onye. How do you go back and tell that person say so go to aba?
Oheneba, that is the one thing I'm telling you.
Oh, economy no. Baumia and amana say Wontumi ni the economy ni nya Baumia cannot excuse himself or can who be. And the he can never win against John Mahama. Nya ke kasa ansem na. And then we are that person. No better than one. As I was any pakro na I say, Baumia are better than your mama to control mano.
It's an advice to all of us. It's been a make actually say it happen at the constituency levels. It's an advice. Both national, regional constituency, their name is Kosunum. In scheme bibi na yemfam pay to me. And especially even constituency executive election. Do you know me? Not me executive. By 2022, I see my culture machines. I'm telling you, I was not an executive. Not me constituency executive. But when we were campaigning for our constituency election, obi go job say me na me teacher machines e dey buy same farmer hairdressers any tailors. Me were not me executive. So how will I get the opportunity to do those things? Me Amu as a case study. 2022, yeah, constituency executive election. Because MP soma 80 oni MP nam enti ye ka bibi ankrofo beje adi and on record min time machine da enti from the polling station to the constituency to the regional to the national obia or involved bia or matter in this thing should put a stop to this. How should we wash our own dirty lane outside? Say adi na ye finyo enye finyo ntoma bia no ade sa bonte obia hu say dey city o. Eti ye see eniema de hata bonten na nkromfo ba be hu say dey city a. Na o chere ko ka chom say government ya wo sha da kam no enu ni a already we kan wade no abonten da. So the chance government sha da government ko ya onyi ntum. And Nadia be do because MPs need to lose some seats because of these things. How much more? And the appeal could be.
And somebody can't do in the primaries.
8,000.
As if the MP has what it takes to bring heaven on earth. And I want you. We are only million as I can't say. You see, Entina, oh, Kase, Omo, Echo primaries. Nearly the Bidum Yomono. You will call them quarter and channel Mama campaign Bianca.
May say
because
there were some people
and some of them kind of way. So what's up the campaign you only provoke the voter.
We could do campaign a cheer. None and Nigeria so be do a bit about Nippon on the call campaigning to do.
Because
on
your premise.
Yes.
What be cancer be your good Nippon Huffy? Urian, what said the Nippon Network campaign? Na voter who are the book grab before my dear worker now, the war in Papa.
They say, yes, I may say, Missy, I won't call for no multi parliamentary candidates a chair. Almost is a back of a binny Bruno. No one be a coca. Missy, yes, say. No wish, they say, candidate Ninko baby. Now you're moving.
I know many parties to come to be in them 2 car. To me, Bamma Dum, a doom be a bear 7:30, a doom be a to storm. Baby, we say be because
to move the answer
because what follow politics are Ghana, I see no. A man normally no may could you maba may call be a harbor, but where dear, ya to stores. I'm a baby ID. And you drew quite so I can see Yako complain to Beman arbitrary. Nah, it's too early because I share and next Saturday. One SDF for Anka Sound Shaka, so Moncaso, about 12.
Okay, so meaning Kobo with Rassisiana, Emra Metro. So Dr. Frank Bano, economics and research fellow at Dankwa Institute. Dog, good morning.
Good morning, Oheneba.
Hunamboya de?
Yanko Poadoma, Janada Roma. We are getting better.
Meaning, sir, and your crank and ra, at least, man, you dear Nijaka Crab and Tinunka, ebe. You know, at least Omaro cover some pay, Gakrana.
In fact, my Unicotoko has made up for it in the
But I didn't know a 7 December, 8 December, no. Have you tried to ask yourself questions and then get yourself answers as to why and how you nyas how results no?
You Oheneba me das no pe me chia wati for ne babeja for me chia santimite kwasima boas it for nyina na me chia wo mo so a empanyifo a oni omo edi nkomo wo studio ha do pe Oheneba de me kakakra ne say me esi ye no na nya ade obi be ka ne say na ye mubi no na yenhu signals no obekaya na ye near your friend say ABC Economic Symposium me say ye Basanta region ye call Bono ye Kokoforia ye call Winneba nya akonya no kokọ emia bebre constituencies bebre entino na generally no at the constituency level ni regional level no and you may be an incident kuye ni yuye o de eno so to nchan a me anam ye part of a Conrad Adenua Stephen omo training na omo yama MPP executives constituency executives across the country. Now me one of the resource persons. And put there we had the opportunity to meet the executives and to some extent some of the party members at the constituency level. Now, there are certain seats being added for me, like a place like Wenchi, for example, I wasn't surprised at all because some of your constituency training ever Wenchi later or more Jamie contacts both the executives and party members and some of my friends need to say. Now, for me, there was nowhere to say a place like Wenchi who could win the seat back. Pensama not ne a frustration, that lack of unity among party members, any pieces, na enyame nti tisane wo kano na ye born to fa na ne kasiye mu no na ye nyina free say irrespective of all these challenges, any cracks, if one would call that, na ye free so nka for the love of the party NPP ka on December 7th nanka ye de bibia beto nchen na yakwakoto abano senia efata na este na ye tuwe ne elected president ye flag bearer Dr. Mahmoud Ba me ne ko ni bia nanka efia sem de say esene etrema ko ma ne sisi nanka ya hwani sisi but say o share the 10 of events emi say ankoba ne sa emi say senia na ensamone tie especially Bono, for example, Crady, one of the one of the journalists, in the Pani and then I'm going to cry. They make Facebook, social media post on it. Emma post, the post no making, one executive called me and said because of that post in Integrano, that he has been suspended from the regional communication team because Obi Free say, Onona ede leaky information, Maya Nuntino. Masa branch about Kwana or Ken, who maybe me bonneting for obvious reasons, but I'm sure say,
I know, me, encounter, many Bruno Renache Macasai, Mammy, so Kasai, so I know.
Yes, you know the story. The guy called me personally to tell me about it. So, in fact, when you and Neoma, and you know what to say, Bono, we lost almost all the seats. And you know what? Because the friend is saying, Kabomu, say unity, we have to be blunt and honest with ourselves. A beer so in Nipani, you almost munye Jumama party, Omona, Omoda party, nano as representatives of the national executives, as a representative of the flag bearer, no. I can say a Jumana, no one, na baby, no, a tosini. Na I say, a hokeka, me a hofamano, and sheda in Niho. Enti Oheneba me say anopedia me pese me go into details the postmortem na yake kan sem ewa fidie so but kaka me pese me dem nsa kan me pese me kire ne say ne ye ne fo ne say say enkabomu ne de say o se o pese o kan okre pa na enkabomu no na eni ho there was no unity na the etoso me no kra Oheneba make us and no to me and then I was think a ding kind but we there you became your me personal experiences now the I was think a ding campaign can make one semono Oheneba ya party for party members to say wo out to way to say obi bia or two see you no obi bia waka wo ye MPP ni ya be di to me a drew baby no na say ye kind of cry na ye mfa any panel be brina enye she kosisan say because of him about me saying me a social media person aside my profession what I do and most of my followers are MPP followers and sometimes these young men and women say mo ba me inbox mo no more can some to the extent of Oheneba and make our videos say if you are national service placement in po na ayede. How do we explain and justify this? Party near or no na ye edru say yen kotoa bani retain power. Say ni pekwe ni eboabo wo ano e de o makokugu ekurum eni nkurase akwakoye campaign. no masu we omasa koto abani bia mai national service placement awunya. Not to even talk about a school placement, a senior high school. And they are not able. There are instances I had people to say as prominent as constituency chairperson telling me say school placement they had to use other means to get the awards into school placement. How does this make sense? Oheneba. And at the end of the day, we expected to win power with all these aggrieved, agitated people. How is it possible? And I can say on authority, without even doing any empirical research there, the defeat we witnessed on December 7th, was not a defeat the party suffered. I need the total party suffer because of your candidate and I say your flag bearer and Tina your suffer. In fact, I am convinced beyond reasonable doubt say any your flag bearer a Jumadia or this share campaign been bank the to me.
So Doc Mamma way and Yama Obobosi Bibi say disunity. Yena Yehui reconciliation committee yete Dr. Mahmoud Bamia Eco campaign constituency biano ebia parliamentary primaries losing candidates ya from omabedina platform so no makasa yakoba bia by constituency elections omomia disgranted ya from omabekasa and na yenim se omunkasa no omokasa no enfiri omakoma mu problem no wo ho ene abu ene aguso anase ye fa ne say the problem has been resolved and enso ebia na entesa.
I hear about any say as someone will be saying question no and the answer no will me no the baby no emi say you fine say oh any panabe dinner platform so wakasa ne de any assembly any ho
no
but the baby nso no na any panabe dinner platform so wakasa no na yaw no de ne ewonimu ewo ne titafo o so hine ba eni ewia say will be a wetitafo to say wuti hoyi wo wetitafo se bibi bibi do na say anye da anasa anya woda anya wo nkwa na anya wodo wo some core base bi a almost saade no enye omode but omu tumi me abonte meka ebiso wo hene ba enkasaaye but enye omode na si omumu so sana asam no ekoye te se ne yefa ne se sumina suja so na ade no ehyaase o na ye di ensu egugu ani ntu be huwa ne se be se eda ba kwa na miru bon se emusie epunu ewosumina no so baabi na enye ewubi fofo na diza akoto baabi o but
yes na
nsu apetepete so no but when dumu no na atumi anemu na akopie wo baabi so wo yetim class na yetumi ne observe saadi we ba na the wo share ye issues na sa ene koyeye I can say to say you be some ne say dodo na no the omano and the car and someone okay.
They're pretending.
But they were pretending. I don't want to use the word pretending. Remember, Mr. And can we ask man what I could see? So, Omo wamano kaye. But wama kume mudie. Not me who say a different story because a different story because they on him bana me say me anyo obi na catch me because of me dual role in Nami economic symposium, Nami say training, Oheneba. I had opportunity to meet a lot of executives from your base, especially Asante, from Eastern, from Bono, from Western region, from Western North, and I had opportunity, Oheneba. And you know this. To meet.
Now, was it difficult for us as a party? Say, you bet me when you say, any payer, you give you mafa. Nye no madi nkoma omuma ye nya gidie bi se omaja bibia mu omato bibia atwe no emfiri omakoma mu na edisi ebehunu anase there wasn't a way that we could have find out say there be the omo ka no mano but omu tiri mu de enye sa na tie
ahire ba na enye dinsi ebehu me for me say obi sam me a me gina here and I am speaking in my own capacity na me de me hu ne say na enye dinsi in fact most of the issues no me can see in ni egu ye ni egu so Oheneba hwe to say pieces asemi ya ye ken the election of pieces Oheneba me no me enu nyina ye be kan okra ye ni mu say the modalities are your delegate system they select pieces it is a bit unfair. Let's be frank with ourselves this morning. So we have created a system Oheneba, a party like NPP Oheneba. Me and me Kasianopi. Ma me do NPP because na me papa NPP new. Try na me papa NPP. But enye because na papa NPP nti na me do NPP. Me be do NPP because there was a philosophy and principle na NPP a gina so eye ne fatima me as an individual no na I ascribe to those philosophies. The NPP of Eye John Ejekum Kufuor time no Oheneba say yeka parliamentary candidates, yeka national executives, yeka constituency executives, yeka empenyufu a wo ye NPP for say NPP ba be program Oheneba o pese wo kwa because say enye necessarily because Oheneba ebia ya mouth t-shirt ana say ya mouth ebia sebi previous 100 Ghana citizens in our campaign as you. But because of a DB what was suma who nipaneda and no now person who punche now call na ko MPP. Yambi see am say say etesana. Say yes MPP be your program wo Asante Mai Kumase na say Dr. Mahmoud Baumia enya ono eba Asante Mai betumi agitri se okwa kosi MPP ana Oheneba ta asemo no si bi se ehone na sente saa adenti na ayesa adenti na ayesa adenti na ya create system ya monetize no. In fact the NPP we know ya free traditional attraction ama ya no mo embrace the tradition of the NPP in terms of selection of executives. And
system na dey go to about 2016 inya 169 parliamentary seats, 2020 inya 1370 at least and give it to maintain it inya na.
Oh, you know, but so we say 2016 me at no position since when? Since 2008.
To the wind of change.
Yes, to the edge said look. I was say it say ya no mu dey what they saw some over 180 MPs. And president, incoming president promises you will operate a lean government of 50 ministers. It will be 35 and 40 for parliament. We are 150. No, yeah, these are some of the issues I don't want to go in there. But the question I will be Simon Oheneba. It is true. 2016, you had no opposition for 8 good years. And that test and anger for power was there. And irrespective of individual differences, you know, ne OPF say we there, you really power. Next time we you be to be Asiano. But you really power. You to me answer what that issue into so better. In 2020, will be a really power with over 1 million votes. No, that was no better almost near 500,000.
Yeah.
MSC to cry nanka you water than you lose the brave. You do say 137, 138. So Oheneba. And clearly, it tells us that the problem America has persisted. And at 2024, at the year glaring, the Sasami, I can yen to me enter at the demo, that yen to me so ancient and sacra. Will say, and maybe I don't want to go into, like I said, the post-mortem. I don't want to prescribe solutions. But a new man, and what's a year to me, not the NPP party, the grassroots now, they feel that party, they are no longer a part of the party, Mona Master, someone amoye ministers, Mona Moye VCs, Mona Moye CEOs, Mona Moye Wai, Monko, Namonko, Namuni Power me, because clearly the will share the voting outcome. Now we'll share the statistics of the data now. Now say clearly, go for the Katosaki, Munyana Yen Shester, that is clearly what our people told us.
So it does appear say yenina generally ayaja to say enipa na ankoto no MP before mu buafu na ankoto aba a voter register of about a little over 18 million na yekoto aba about 11 million and over na ankoto aba wo mo ankoto na yo mo buafu NPP and I say there is something happening because the Ghana for AI fed up with Abato because of the attitude of the politician.
Yes. In fact, two statements now making I think that Nina play a part in the recent elections on Oheneba. One, say, your party members do not deal. Never be do any muse now won't be a fupa Oheneba. They say me I'm a the department office now me no more kasa. So doc media mean you say party for more students they come to my office Oheneba. A poor much sometimes. I'm saying, you can't rule it out. She said in 2016, as me Obisami, Nana Akufo-Addo won by about what? Is it 7.8 million votes? I stand to be corrected. I think 7.8 or 7.9 million votes. That was the votes that Nana Akufo-Addo nyai. In 2020, that 7.8 million no, by 6.7 million. So, na extra was set na BB air koso. That was our first time in office. Na extra said BB asase air koso. And then from 2020, 6.7 million, it dropped to 4.6 million on Oheneba. So clearly, it is telling you something. There is a pattern there. It is also the core vote of the NPP. The old funnel a year to 2,000 a day bar. There has never been an occasion the NPP has had anything below 45%. I stand to be corrected.
Yeah, that's right.
If you know anything contrary to that. The worst would be a 46-47%. In fact, in 2012 for Kra, MPP winning just 2 regions. So in 2012, you winning just 2 regions. We had a little over 47%. Just 2 regions in 2012. Okay, so it tells you say the core vote of the NPP cannot be 41% on Oheneba.
My concluding a conversation on this. I say now me yamu because of the prayer ashas our party it seems it's too early and ye din komoi na we afro na we post on social media and komoi so people have started thinking about who is going to lead the party to the next election 2028 flag bearer ebinum ashase one national chairman one general secretary one regional chairman we positions are here pre our party is it not too early and I say well somehow some way it'll also keep the party active say you're managing the year.
But Mijidi said it's too early for us to go that tangent. Yes, in as much as saying so people have ambitions near there, but we just came out of a general election. Near friend is a post-election analysis on a crown. I was saying to me a post-election analysis, detailed one, and yes, I may kind say we need to do a detailed qualitative analysis to actually ascertain what caused this defeat. Fine, like I said, we already know some of the issues, but we need to really go down there and speak to the people for them to affirm some of the issues that they said it was going to play against us. Now, in terms of more flag bearer, a friend is saying national positions, regional positions, I mean, say, your elections are losing the blame game will come. You can't do anything about it. But I was saying, in terms of say you boo fu said you because yakodi kukuno, we should also be very objective in the analysis we do. For example, say you fact the regional level now and some about national now. The highest voter turnout and I say in terms of percentages. No, you just in here for region banner in the being over there is a Ashanti region.
Ashanti region, yeah.
It's the same place we also had the lowest turnout at Yekanwa. And if that is the case there, then it also says there is a problem in terms of some isolated cases. Say the regional executives and other people, and then you may be in Queen. But there is also a problem. Say in reality, we lost touch with our base. Now, say if we lost touch with our base, is it a problem of, let's say, for example, CFA Ashanti Regional? Would you say it's because of the chairman, that is why we lost touch with the base? For example, is it the duty of the chairman to come and tell you a party member because of that same party and when your position to be the same as be a national service, when your position to be a Ministry of Education, now party bar also or per placement, and after constituency executive bar or person above school. Wouldn't it to baby any grade A school, the grade B school there, for to baby man went to me and not because of that the tiny panabu no one corner so Akaka and comfort any and baby near the party of crying for to be in prison. Would you blame the regional chairman, for example, for this? Would you blame the regional chairman for the fact that Tababet Nabemu for 8 good years? Yes, we have done inner roads in the Ashanti region. That is a fact. Under the Sino-Hydro. But then when it comes to a prominent project, to say we back and crying and they are to class interchange. In our first time, a flower pot, obetibi. These are all prominent projects within our term year. We can't say a similar thing in Kumasi, can we? As a party, let's be honest. We have abandon the philosophy say water what waters you. Oheneba ni egu suma wo fefe na wo nyini no e wo se osu nya baby gina wonso ugu saade no no so fefe na wo nyini. That is how life works. It is say ya nya saa nyoma we nyina na se ene yakọ eye akọ etise ne edi nkuku a Oheneba. We can't blame one individual. It was a collectively no yetumi tenase, including on man no free so nipa enya into shape on no. All of them are supposed to share the blame. They can isolate themselves. Enti omontumi me saa nipa ko no so ntumi me tranka se sebi omo no omo ya asoro abofo. To say omo so ka ho bi na shape no asenke.
Okay.
And sama wo mo kan ye. And semuni bi wo ho a in the recent elections and campaign, Yanomofo, Yanianoma, the other side, no, F and Semono, and Magana for the donor, AGD. It is a Sanuma when you now call Swa. Let's end in Kukuaba. Sandy Pacono soon to mean you moon free San Kuku, no one can go, Yakai, Yan Twabama, Debbie, because when you're a team player, you cannot be trusted. To say, what do you say, and now what they are? Any and say, you can also build a political party with such backward mentality. And when you know somehow holistically, as a party, and the Menimiano, I was say against say, Eku Aquemo. Man near, I was say, you to me a sheer and crankre that Yakeka, not the war Macomason or Moka. Ne reforms I was say to me yeah not confidence na the grassroots the party members are loose in the new patriotic party you start restore that confidence in them. You restore that confidence in them na after you about the executive level the regional, the constituency, polling station, national executive so a honso and semono yaka na the titru kura Oheneba the constitution of the new patriotic party. And also, I was say you to me a share. Now the much needed changes and answer and sakraya. I was say you to me because the enuma a course in the fapemuno and so it's not Yankasa constitution. So now made me friendly say this will be the appropriate time it was you to me and sakraye your constitution anymore. Not grassroots no or my party or Modiano, because the party for me, my understanding is that the party belongs to the grassroots, the party belongs to the ordinary Ghanaian. Say any panel what the start repose to that confidence in them if we want to come back and take power in 2028, of course, which Ghanaians are expecting us to do.
Hey, Dog, Mamma Nasa no pay, but I'm going to be Dachi. Dr. Frank Bano, a economist and a research fellow at Dankwa Institute. Fred.
Kwama, I'm not going to so American Dr. Ben. In fact, Dankwa Institute is one institute. You are Bema, your position, your trauma can Bema and trauma can go. And also, I never come, she become once and that to be.
Say,
oh, so you are about position, you are about position, you will not be. But you are Bema, dear, no one, no judge appointment. Because there are certain things I want to say, I see CSO, so many say, come the eye of the party. Because you create some of the groups be and then institutions be and I think tanking be to help the party and I say to help the organization. But you are being one until once will be a because who did they and Casentino? You know, be a no.
Well,
by anyway, my man, because you're back about that.
How has your day been from 8 December and then 16 December? Yeah.
It is so a party, and I make a quite a city. Yeah, you do quite a sweet Charlie. Any panel and catch a doctor, a prof, say prof, now would try. None SDA forecast or a bottle of an assumption, Barbeto. The Fred, slow. You feel you could different constituencies. In fact, you could do baby to say, oh, you could. It was terrible. Now, a dear Bakon, Cobra, area when I say, and yes, any panel MPU. We do polling stations or no.
But I'm so much.
You drew such a Kumawu. You drew such a Kumawu. You street was a BBS. The packet can, I know, says, be a packet can be trying to share. Or more listed by or more bar. Now, the area, when I say, you the buses, as the CCC, baby, a man crop 4 by. Will be do honor. Yan the abbas and number, and I see a man a card number, and so I sister on to Yan send trying to case come on. Your jail list over 100 lists. The general says be 26,000 Ghanaians is Neko. Scandi, Yinis. Now, Nina no, Okasa o shading na from government be part of it. A bill and someone out here say Sabuena scientific research and was your and someone out here and say more to parliamentary primaries will be between 20,000 a Ghana when I crowd you. Young fans have been million about time in your Tiffy. And a oba a polling station executive. And I walk out to parliamentary primary and they do it me as a 20,000, 15,000. Me ba definitely you advise your child. Ni nyina no e contribute here. It ye free or no any a call. Eye adwira nse adwira de na project. Ye call ho you do adwira be 3. Ti ye do adwira 3 na gift ndoma. Na mse no call front. Ti ye ko ye do a from so no. E no ka se nyina on twa na from. To no do na be 4:30 or free or buy no. E ma obenya flying tire kra na car kra ni tire kra be paye kwam. And a boy is fixing man or free and you know, so a bus such a dumasi, Ubina, Franta or Camry near Ken. It's about 4:30 to be do on. You will be BIA could do a grano, that is a 5 about or more your close to pool. The results in statistics have been a honor, not me known to me, me not station BIA. It's not local radio stations in Haiti.